Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to show you, I promise you a video on how to cut and sew this this Mushanana, the traditional outfit for Banyarwanda, and this is the video. Alright guys, stay tuned. So we started off by measuring the length of the client, and my client was, I think, 43, 44. Yeah, I actually ended up using the whole material apart from the linings, the one that I had to reduce because for it was longer. It was about 60 inches. So here, first of all, you can't really fold this thing on camera because it's about 2 meters. I used 2 meters, and here I'm cutting the lower part, which is about 2 meters and a quarter. Yeah, I used 2 meters and a quarter because that's the fabric that I had. The lining that I had. For the fabric, it's silk. It's like a silk material. And then the lining is, I used the soft satin. There is soft satin. It's what I used for the lining. So, and then guys, this material is very slippery, both of them. They're very slippery. So you have to pin, you have to be extremely careful. You can't fold it on camera. Yeah, that's why I couldn't do the whole thing on camera. So I folded all the into four equal parts, and then pinned it down to be able to cut off that excess. So as you can see, there are 2 pieces of lining and 2 pieces of the actual fabric, the silk fabric. Yeah, so first of all, with this, when you're going to stitch or cut this kind of fabric, you have to have very sharp, like a really good raised, what is it called, pair of scissors. And then I had to buy a new one, guys, for this, just for this. And then you also have to have like sharp pins, and then you have to like change your machine needle and make sure you install a new one, otherwise you'll spoil the fabric. So here I'm just removing the pins that I had installed in earlier. I'm now going to cut the bottom part of the lining, because for the fabric I'm going to leave it the way it is, but then for the lining I have to reduce it. So guys, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share. Guys, you need to subscribe. About 70% of you are watching my videos and you're not yet subscribed. Please do it. Please, I'm begging you, because it helps grow my channel, and yeah, it motivates me too. Every time I see those numbers growing. So please do that. Thank you. So I've folded the lining alone now, and yeah, I've folded the lining alone. I've removed the top fabric, the silk one. So this is the soft satin that I am marking. I'm marking the length. Now the lining has to be shorter than the main fabric. So mine is, I cut it at 42 inches. Yeah, but then after folding and everything, it turns out to be about 2 inches shorter than the main fabric. You get it? So make sure whatever measurements you're taking on, make sure your lining is 2 to 3 inches shorter. 2 to 3 inches shorter than the main fabric. So snip, 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 just cut it. Cut off the excess where you've finished measuring. So now we're going to use the excess to make the rope. I don't know how to call it. It is the rope that will go into the waist or the waistband. I don't know what to call it, but that thing that you insert in the waist to tie, to make the knots. Yeah, that's the one we are going to cut. So just align your fabric very well, and then I think I used I'm not really sure, let me first check how much I used, but that one, yeah, it doesn't really have like a specific size, but you can use about 2 inches or 2.5. So the 5 is for joining, and then the 2 inches remain, and they're the ones you pass through your casing. Yeah, they're the ones to pass through the casing. So that's what I'll be doing. And remember, when you're making your casing, it has to be big enough to fit in your rope. Yeah, I'm going to just call it a rope. So here I measured 3 inches. I used 3 inches. So half an inch will be for joining. The 2.5 will be the one for the fabric itself. And the strip can be as long as you want it. It can be extremely long. It can be as long as it's longer than the person's waist size or waist measurement. That's okay, because remember, they need to tie it and make like those really tight knots. So yeah, now we have a finished cut. This is basically it for the cutting, because the remaining fabric that we had on the, after cutting off the bottom part, is the fabric we are going to use for the top part, which is called umuitero. I don't know how to call it in English, but yeah, that's how they call it in Kinyarwanda, or akitero. So it's the one we're going to use. So that's how it is. And yeah, I'm just measuring it out to know how much that is. So it's 33, it's 1.33 meters. Yeah. So now I tried to fold the fabric again and then pin it down for you guys to see what we have. This is for the bottom part, remember? But like I said, you can't have all of it in the camera because it's very big. So yeah, that's why it's folded in the middle, but at least at the edges it's yeah. So this is where I've stitched, where I had pinned is where I stitched the sides, both the sides together. I stitched both of them, as you can see. Remember, you have to have pins, guys. With this fabric, you have to have pins. If you don't, you're going to suffer a lot. So you have stitched both sides. And remember how I told you the lower part will be shorter? Yes, you can see that the lower part of the lining will be shorter. So now this is it. After turning it over, I'll do a press when I'm done completely, because I don't want to put so much heat on this fabric. Yeah, that could mess it up. So here now I've pinned. This is going to be the top part. This is after turning. So you're going to pin your casing where the rope is going to go. So you see how I've pinned, and yes, that's the casing where the rope will pass. The rope we're cutting earlier will pass. So I'm going to do this for the rest of the top part. I folded just a few parts, but I have to do it for all of it, which I did off camera, and this is how it looks. Yeah, so that's how it looks all together. Still, I have the pins, so that's where I'm going to stitch. And I folded the casing by I think I used 3 or 3.5 inches. No, could have been 2.5, which was enough. So yeah, so after joining the casing, so after joining the rope from the inside, now we have to turn it from the inside out, and I use my safety pin. So just put in your safety pin like that, and then turn all of it inside out. Then turn until you finish the whole rope. As you can see, I'm pulling it out now. So yeah, This is it for the rope. Remember, this fabric frays so much. It frays, it's silky, it moves a lot, it shifts. Yeah, but I hate the fraying, but you hide it on the inside. So this is how it looks on top. Yeah, I'm just removing all the wrinkles. So this is our rope. And after making the casing, like I had showed you, you're going to put your rope on the inside like this, still using a safety pin like that. So yeah, here I skipped the video because it was the same thing and it was going on for so long. So when you're done, that's how it looks. And if you watch my previous video, you get to know how to actually put it on. But this is like the final look you get. For the top part, you just tie a knot or you use a brooch or a pin, whatever you prefer. But most people tie knots. They just tie a tiny knot where it fits perfectly. So yeah, for the lower part, still after passing through the rope, just tie it. Alright guys, thanks for watching.